Have you ever felt the crushing weight of unspoken grief? A sorrow so profound yet invisible to the world. This is Chloe's story, a journey through the quiet pain of miscarriage. Discover how she finds solace in the unlikeliest of places and plants a seed of hope amidst her despair. Prepare to learn how, even in the darkest of times, life, like a dandelion seed, can find a way to bloom again. Chloe sat on the park bench, the autumn wind whispering secrets through the golden leaves. Each child's laughter felt like a tiny shard in her heart, a cruel reminder of what she had lost. No one knew her secret sorrow, the invisible grief she carried like a heavy cloak. Her partner's words echoed in her mind. "We can try again. But how could something so precious be replaced? How could she try again for a life that never had a chance to bloom?" She longed to honour that brief, elusive life, a life that felt abstract and intangible, like a wisp of smoke. She needed a place to put her sorrow, to give it meaning instead of letting it drag her down. A gust of wind rustled the branches above. Chloe's eyes caught the delicate white sphere of a dandelion seed head resting on the grass. It was about to be released into the wind. In an instant, the wind plucked it free. The tiny seeds scattered, drifting on the breeze to places she could not see or imagine. That small seed had been a life, waiting patiently, full of potential. It wasn't a loss that vanished into nothing. It was a beginning, released into the world in a different form, gentle, unseen, but real. The seed would travel, find new soil, and maybe, one day, bloom. Slowly, Chloe rose from the bench. For the first time in days, she felt a quiet sense of purpose. She understood that her grief was valid, even if it was invisible to others. Her love for the life that was never born could still grow. At home, Chloe found a small, smooth stone in her garden. It was a blank slate for her feelings. She took out a permanent marker and carefully wrote the date on it, the day of her loss. That date would be a secret marker of something profoundly real. That evening, she and her partner returned to the park where the oak tree stood sentinel over the city. Together, they quietly buried the stone at the tree's base. It was a small, private act with no audience or ceremony. Just a quiet promise, a way for Chloe to give her grief a place to rest. She hoped it would also be a place where love could take root. Standing there in the fading light, she felt the heaviness lift, just enough to breathe again. The seed of hope had been planted in the soil of her sorrow, and someday from her sorrow new life might grow. Days turned into weeks, and Chloe found herself drawn back to the oak tree. She would sit beneath its branches, watching the world go by, feeling a sense of connection. Slowly, she began to notice the small signs of life around her. Tiny shoots pushing through the earth, birds building nests, the promise of spring in the air. One day, she found a single dandelion growing near the base of the oak tree. Its yellow petals shone brightly in the sunlight, a vibrant symbol of hope and resilience. Chloe smiled, a genuine smile that reached her eyes for the first time in months. She knew that the grief would always be a part of her, but it didn't have to define her. She could carry it, with grace, with love, and with the hope that new life would always be possible. The seed of hope had blossomed, and the world felt a little brighter.